Okay. So Arjuna told, oh Krishna, even if I win this war, I will not be happy. Why? There's no enjoyment. After losing my kith and kin, after losing everybody in the war, how can I be enjoying this success, this win? I mean, even if I win. So thirdly, he said, I'm going to kill people. It's all full of sin. So I don't want to commit any sin. Then fourth reason, he told Krishna that, oh Krishna, if I kill everybody, all the youngsters in this war, what will happen? There will be no, like the wives at home will be waiting for their husbands, and the parents will be waiting for their children. So how will the family tradition be taken care? Who will be, will be a root cause for this progeny? So it is a family tradition will be destroyed. Then finally she tells Krishna, I am not able to decide, Krishna, whether I should fight or I should give it up. So the first chapter of observing the army, Krishna took Arjuna to the center of the war field, Kurukshetra, to show Arjuna on his request who all were there to fight from the opposite army. So the moment Arjuna saw all his gurus, acharyas, he was not in a position to continue the war. So he told these 5 reasons to Krishna, telling him that he will not be able to fight the war. So now, today's chapter is actually Sankhya Yoga. This chapter is a gist of all 18 chapters. So if you learn this chapter very well, the rest of the chapters, every chapter's gist is given in chapter 2. So the important, very, very, very important turning point. Yesterday we saw D-O-U-B-T. You remember doubt. That is a drought. The last T is a turning point. The turning point is the second chapter's 7th verse. So Arjuna is telling Krishna that, oh Krishna, I am not in a position to fight now. So his Kandiva falls, that is slips from his hand. Then he is telling Krishna, Krishna, I am not in a position to decide. Karpanya dosho pagata swabhava prachami tvam dharma samura chetaka yachreyasya nishitam brungitan me shishyastedam shadimam tvam prapannam. Oh Krishna, I am now confused about my duty and I have lost all my composure because of my weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me clearly what is better for me. Now I am your disciple. Underline this word. That is Sishyaste Aham. I am surrendering myself as your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. What am I supposed to do? So here the role changes. What is the role change? Till now, till the previous sloka, Arjuna treated Krishna as his friend, intimate friend. He now told Krishna, oh Krishna, I am your disciple. So what is the turning point? In bhakti, all of us need a guru. Without a guru, we will not be in a position to proceed in devotion. That is, unless and until we surrender to Guru, we will not be able to surrender to Krishna. Why? The reason being, Krishna gives us the Guru. Through Guru, we are in a position to surrender to Krishna. So that means even in the forthcoming chapters, Krishna will tell that for me, I love my devotee who surrenders to my devotee more than me. So what is Krishna saying? A true devotee is who? Who does not surrender to me directly, who surrendered to my devotee. So Krishna tells one has to surrender to his devotee. Who are his devotees? Gurus, acharyas, the self-surrendered souls, self-realized souls. Gurus are the self-realized souls. So through Guru only we can approach Krishna. We cannot directly approach. The turning point in second chapter is the 7th shloka. So he is saying, Karpanya Tosho Pahata Swabhava. See, I have lost all my composure. I am really feeling so weak. Why? Because I am seeing all my Gurus, Acharyas in front of me to fight. Bhishma Pitama, who brought up Arjuna. So he is saying, how can I fight against Bhishma Pitama? He is my, like not only forefather, but also he is my Guru. So I will not be able to fight against him. So, oh, my dear Guru, Krishna, I am your disciple now. So, yes, Mataji, next. This shloka is very, very important shloka. Karpanya Tosha Pragata Swabhaga Prichamitvan Dharma Samura Chetaka. Echayasya Nishchitam Bruhi Tanvi Shishyaste Akham. I have become your disciple. It's like, like there are two birds sitting in our heart. One bird is the soul itself. Another bird is the Paramatma. Unless and until we surrender to the Guru, that is, we understand that one Paramatma is seated in everybody's heart. And we surrender to that Paramatma, we will not be in a position to surrender whole and solely to Krishna. So it is like the Paramatma sees every single action of ours. What the soul thinks, the Paramatma is a witness. So, next Mataji, Hare Krishna. Next line. So this bird who is enjoying, two birds you are able to see, right? One bird keeps on enjoying the benefit of the material, like the soul is fully enjoying the material world. The karma, what they perform, they enjoy in this material world. But the Paramatma is simply seeing the soul after coming to this material world. Actually, in Bhagavatam it is beautifully said. All the 9 months of growth, how a soul takes different positions. 6 stages are given. It is conceived, it stays for some time, it develops, then it dwindles, then finally it what do you call that? It emulsions. What do we say? The last stage is it gets into that Brahmajyoti. That means when the soul leaves this body, it transmigrates to another body. So the 6 stages, the final stages, transmigration stage. So the Paramatma only sees the soul taking different stages. But the Paramatma will not interfere. Why? Because of the free will. The free will has been given by the Lord. So the Paramatma does not interfere in any one of the action of the soul. So this is 2.13 tells that whenever the soul has to leave the body, it transmigrates into another body. That is, swingita dekhe, kaumaram yamananjana, tata dekanta praptir, dhirastatrana mushyati. As the embodied soul continuously passes in this body, so it passes through 6 stages. And from the boyhood to the youth and to the old age. Similarly, when the soul leaves this body, it transmigrates to another body. A person who knows this, whoever knows this fact that the soul never dies, the soul gets transmigrates into another body, they are not bewildered. Why Krishna is telling this to Arjuna? Because Arjuna told Krishna that I don't want to kill them. Whoever is standing in front of me, I don't want to kill. I don't want to incur any sin by killing them. So what Krishna is telling Arjuna now? Oh Arjuna, you are not killing anybody. The body is only, actually, who is the I? Dehino Asmin. Who is the I? The I is the soul in this body. So the soul cannot be killed. In the future verses we will see now, the soul cannot be killed. The soul cannot be moistured by the weather. The soul cannot be burnt by the fire. So Krishna is telling Arjuna, oh Arjuna, the soul is eternal. It is not killed. What happens when the soul leaves one body? It takes another body. Which body it will take, that we will learn in the 8th chapter. But here what we have to know is, the real I is not the body. The real I, all are calling now. Okay. Is the soul. The soul cannot be killed. The soul cannot cannot be cut into pieces by any weapon. You will be using weapon in this war, and you cannot kill the soul. The soul intact will transmigrate into another body. So this very clearly is a lesson given to Arjuna. Arjuna, you please start fighting. Whomsoever you are thinking you are going to kill, they cannot be killed. For the reason, the real I is the soul. The real I is not the body. So don't think that you are killing anybody. You are not. They are eternal. They are never killed. Because, see, Krishna tells in another chapter also, you all are part and parcel of my energy. My energy can never be killed. So what will happen? Well, depending on your desire, depending on the desire of the soul, when the soul leaves this body, it takes another body. So you are not killing anybody. So the first message given by Krishna as an answer to Arjuna for his all 5 reasons, what he told he did not want to fight, is, the first answer is, Krishna is telling Arjuna, you are not killing anybody. Next, Mataji. Next slide. Here, the nature of the soul is given. Nainam chintanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha, na chainam kledayanta, yantyapyo, na shochayati na marutaha. So what is Krishna telling about the soul? This verse tells the nature of the soul. Nainam chintanti shastrani. Shastra means weapon. The soul can never be cut into pieces by any weapon, nor can he burnt by fire. The soul can never be burnt by fire. Neither it can be moistured by the water, nor it is withered by the wind. Pancha Mahabhuta is there. All of us know this, correct? Pancha Mahabhuta. So what are the Panchamahabhuta? Akash, air, water, fire, and earth, Prithvi. All these have their own nature. That fire burns things. Water, what it happens, moistens the things. Wind withers. We have seen, all soil erosion, the mountains becoming pebbles by the wind, all those natural changes, whatever happens. So Krishna is telling here, the soul is eternal. Soul is never burnt. The soul is never withered by the water. So in one more shloka it is told that the soul is, like the size of the soul is 1 by 10,000 of the tip of the hair. So now, if the size is 1 by 10,000 of the tip of the hair, can we cut it with the weapon? Can we destroy it? Not at all possible. So Krishna is telling once again, you cannot kill the soul. The soul is eternal. So even if you kill somebody, the material body, which is made up of 5 Pancha Mahabhuta for the time being, it has got 25 elements. In the 8th chapter, we will talk about it. But for the time being, we can say that this material body is made up of the 5 material element nature. See, in fact, the fire is in the navel portion. Water is in the neck portion. So like that, the whole body occupies space. The whole body has got empty space for the prana vayu to circulate in our body. So whenever you kill somebody, Arjuna, there's this material body which is made up of these 5 elements is killed, not the soul. The soul will leave this body, soul will enter into or transmigrate into another body. So Nainam Chintanti Shastrani. Oh Arjuna, don't worry. The weapon cannot cut the soul into pieces, nor the soul is burnt by the fire, or even the water cannot trash it away, the wind cannot wither it. Hare Krishna, I request all of you to kindly fill in the attendance register. Hare Krishna, Mataji and Prabhuji, please fill the attendance register. So all of you note down these 3 shlokas, what you have seen. 2.7. Karpanya Tosha Parata Swapaha, Prichamiton Dharma Samoda Chetaka. Echresyan Stitam Rugitanme, Shishyaste Akam Shadi Anton Prapannam. This is the last but one verse which Arjuna is telling Krishna. Because from 2.9 onwards, Krishna is answering the questions of Arjuna. So 2.7 is the important verse in which Arjuna is telling Krishna, I am your disciple. Then 2.8, all the Kandiva is falling from the hands of Arjuna. He also falls down, fainted. That is 2.8. Then 2.9 onwards, Shri Bhagavan Vacha starts. So 2.13 is the first answer which Krishna gives to Arjuna. Dehino svinyata dekhe kaumaram yavanam jara tata dekhandara prapte dhiras tatrana muhyati. So a person who knows this fact that soul transmigrates, it cannot be killed. She is not bewildered. Dhira is a person who is not bewildered by this fact. Dhira. So he is not bewildered, one who knows this fact. Why the soul cannot be killed? Because its size is 1 by 10,000 size of the tip of the hair. So that it cannot be in 2.23. Again he is saying that it cannot be withered, etc. 2.20 also you can note. There also it is like Krishna tells Arjuna. One more very important shloka in which the nature of soul is told by Krishna to Arjuna. That is a very, very important shlokas, 2.20 and 2.22 also. That is, na jayate mriyate va kadachin, nayam bhutva bhavitva vana bhuyaka, ajo nityaka shashvato ayam purano. Ajo. Ajo means unborn. The soul is never born. Why? Because it never dies. If it dies only, it will be reborn, right? It is eternal. There was no time when the soul was not existing. There will be no time when the soul will not exist. So what she is saying, Ajo Nityaga Shashvato. Shashvata, eternal. The soul is ever existing, eternal. Na kanyate na kanyamani sharir. It cannot be slain. The soul cannot be slain. So the soul is eternal. There also Krishna tells Arjuna 2.20 that nobody can. The soul is neither it is subject to birth nor subject to death. Ajo nityaha. Shashvato. Shashvata is ever existing, permanent. It's not temporary. Then 2.22, again one more nature. Like as we told the Krishna is telling here, as we throw the old clothes and wear a new clothes, this soul also leaves this old body and it takes a new body as we wear new clothes. That is Vansasi Jeevnani Yata Vikaya Navani Grignati Naruparani Tata Sharirani Vikaya Jitan Anyani Sanyati Navani Dehi. That is 2.22. So from 2.20 to 2.33, the soul's nature is given. As this 2.22 says, as we discard our old clothes and wear new clothes, the soul also discards this old body and gets a new clothes. That is the new body. Which body? Once again, I am saying we will learn in chapter 8.8 and 8.8 we will learn. There are two important shlokas. Okay, Hare Krishna, Mataji. Next shloka, Mataji. Sorry, next slide. Yeah, you see, we think I am. There is a, like, Prakriti Kriyamanani Gunaika Karmani Sarvashakha. Ahankara Vimudatma Karta Akamiti Manyate. What is it? We all think I only do all the work which I am performing on my own capability, my own capacity. I do everything. This is what we think. That is what Akam Karta Akamiti Manyate. We keep seeing this picture you are able to see, right? The globe, Hercules, the Gulliver and Hercules story and all we have learnt a lot. One person holds the globe in his hand, and can he think he is only holding this whole entire universe? Definitely he cannot think like that. If a picture of globe is in somebody's hand and he holds that picture, or if a person is a picture is shown as if a person is holding a big mountain. As we all know, Hanuman brought the whole mountain when Lakshmana fainted. Right? Because Hanuman was Bhagavan's real devotee. He had that energy. He had all the Ashta Siddhi with him. So he could do that. But we people, what we think, even if the car is not starting, we push it from backside and we come and proudly say that I pushed the car. That is the reason you could start the car. Is it correct? Unless and until we have the energy, we have the Paramatma's sanction who is sitting in our heart, we cannot even take a small grass from one place and put it to another. There's a proverb that is without the sanction of the Paramatma, an atom cannot be moved. In Tamil we say, Avanindri Anumasayadu. Not a single atom can be moved by we. Who are this we? The soul. We think we are the body is the we think. No. the soul. If the soul is not in our body, will we be able to breathe? Definitely not. So that is what the soul is, the one which is permanent, not this body. In my previous birth, I might have been a husband or wife or son or mother, father, brother, anybody, to somebody else. But the same soul has taken birth and I am named as Chitra. Right? So, but this is not I. In next birth, what I will be, who knows? So the real I actually is the soul, which enters one, which actually it is transmigrates. Okay, from one body to another. Why do we call transmigrates? Because it actually, the soul is the living entity and it goes to another body. So that is why we say it is transmigrates. So actually, in Bhagavadgita, we learn about 5 important subjects. All of you know them. Ishvara, that's the first subject. 5 subjects we are going to learn in Bhagavad Gita. The first subject is Ishvara. The second subject is the Jiva. That is a living entity. Then, do any one of you know? If you know, you can tell. I'm giving a chance. Hare Krishna. The 5 subject matter. Okay, no problem. No doubt. The first, that is Ishvara, Jiva, then the action, karma, then material nature, prakriti, then the last one is kala, that is a time. So what we are going to, Ishvara, who is the Ishvara? There is Ishvara Parama Krishna, Satchidananda Vigraha, Anadiradi Govinda, Sarvakarana Karanam, Chintamani Prakara Sattva Sukalpa Vriksha, Laksha Bideshu Surabi, Abhipalayantam, Govindamadi Purusham, Tamakam Bhaja. Yesterday also we saw one. Jnana Chakshu, Vimana Churita Visa. This is Brahma Samhita. Brahma has glorified the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ishvara Paramakrishna. So there is one Ishvara, from whom the entire, not only one universe, innumerable universes have been created. That Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. That is why Brahma tells Ishvara, Paramakrishna, Satchidananda Vigraha. You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we will learn about that Ishvara in Bhagavad Gita. Second, we are going to learn about, just now one example you saw, 2.13, 2.20, 2.23, which talks about the soul, which is Jiva, which is the living entity. What is the role of the soul? Then in 3rd, 4th chapter, we will be learning about the karma. Why we have taken birth? Why are we here? To perform certain specific activities. Why specific, Mataji? That again I told, we will learn in chapter 8. Why I have born as a female? What is the reason? So everything there is a reason. That reason is beautifully explained by Krishna to Arjuna in 8. But before that, you all know, we all are here for a reason. So definitely whatever is the reason, to fulfill that objective, we have to do karma. So the 3rd subject matter, what we are going to learn about is karma. 3rd chapter and 4th chapter. Then we will learn about the material nature. Just now I told one verse, Prakriti Kriya Manani Gunaisha Karmani. Whatever action I do because I am in touch, I am in contamination with the material nature, which has got 3 gunas. Sattva-guna, Rajoguna and Tamoguna. So any action I do is subject to 3 modes of material nature. Okay, so this 3 material nature is known as the That is the fourth subject matter of Srimad Bhagavadgita. The fifth subject matter is Kala. That is a time. All of you know very well. Whatever is this moment, within a fraction of millisecond, the fact can change. Nothing is in our hand. Okay, so in this globe, what I wanted to tell you is, we do karma thinking we are the root cause. We ourselves do, without anybody else's sanction. That is wrong. The Paramatma knows whatever the desire the soul has, the living entity has, and the Paramatma will sanction it. Unless and until the Paramatma sanctions, we will not be in a position to perform any activity. Okay? Hare Krishna. So all those, it's a three, you are seeing three types of rope type you see in the previous picture, right? That is like that guna. And in the below one, what you see is, we lift something and we think that my energy, because of my energy, I am able to lift it. Hare Krishna. Mataji, next slide. Hare Krishna. Okay. This is Tato va pratyasi sarvam jitva va bhukhyase machim tasmat uttishta kaunteya yuddhaya krita nishchayada. O son of Kunti, now neither you will be killed on this battlefield, and see, he asked one doubt. I am not going to enjoy. There is no enjoyment. It is all sin. So for that, Krishna is giving a reply. Oh son of Kunti, either you will be killed. If not, what will happen? You will be alive. When the war is over, you will be alive. In both the cases, they are going to enjoy. How? If you are killed, you will come to my heavenly abode, my world, my loka. Okay, why? In front of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, in His presence, whichever soul leaves its body, they will finally reach Lord's abode. Finally, they will reach Lord's abode. So once you go to Lord's abode, Arjuna, if you are killed, what will happen? You will come to my abode. Once you come to my abode, there is full and full enjoyment only. That's no question of no enjoyment. The third reason, you remember, compassion. Second reason, compassion. Second reason is no enjoyment. Third reason is sin. This is what he told. So he told it's not a sin because you are not killing anybody. The soul never dies. It cannot be killed. So it's not a papa karma. Krishna already told. Second is saying, in both the cases you are going to enjoy, Arjuna. If you are killed, you will come to my abode and enjoy. If you are not killed, that means you are going to win the war. So if you win the war, the entire kingdom is yours. You will be able to enjoy the kingdom. So where is the question of no enjoyment? You are not able to understand, Arjuna. In both the cases, there is only enjoyment. Beautifully Krishna has answered. I hope you all are able to understand. Arjuna told, I will not fight because after killing everybody, I am not going to enjoy. So Krishna told, if you kill everybody, you will get the kingdom. If you are killed by somebody, you will come to my abode. In both the cases, you will enjoy, my dear Arjuna. Okay? Yes, Mataji. Next slide. So nice it is, right? Krishna is explaining so well. This is again a very, very important verse. Avatyavadamscha bakun vidinchanti tavahita ninantasyata samartyam tach dukkattaranmukhim. Your enemies will describe you in many unkind words. Why? What happened, Mataji? Who will tell Arjuna? Who will speak unkind words about Arjuna? You tell me, if somebody runs away from the battlefield, how will you call him? Come up. He doesn't have the guts to fight with me. So if Arjuna, because of the compassion, if he runs the battlefield and goes to forest. Okay, because where else he can run away? You think what we will say? He's a coward. Arjuna, everybody says Arjuna, Dhananjaya, Arjuna, you all know, Arjuna, that Draupadi Swayamvar, the fish was rotating at the top, the shadow was below, in oil. Arjuna was supposed to see the oil below and kick the fish. He didn't. That is why he won the Swayamvar. He married Draupadi. Such kind of Arjuna, if he runs a battlefield and if he goes, Arjuna otherwise also, he was a pet to Dronacharya. Is it not? Because he was a great warrior. So if a great warrior leaves the battlefield and runs away, the entire universe will call him coward. For a Kshatriya, who is a Kshatriya? Kshatriya is a person who is supposed to give protection, who is supposed to rule all the king. Any ruler is supposed to protect their subjects. They are supposed to protect their citizens. So that king, if runs away, everybody will talk ill about them. So that is why Krishna is telling Arjuna, if you run away from the battlefield for not fighting the war, everybody will call you with unkind words. For a Kshatriya, this unkind word will be like tricky. You will not be able to live. You will not be able to bear this because you are a Kshatriya. You are a king. A king should not run away. Whose work is to go to, the forest and do tapa, etc. Brahmanas. Varnashrama dharma. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Brahmana's duty is to go to the forest and meditate, learn the Vedas, come and spread the knowledge. It's not the work of a Kshatriya. Kshatriya's work is to protect. So Krishna is telling, instead of protecting everybody, you are telling you want to run away. The words, what the future is going to talk about you will be very, very painful. Got it? So avachyamadanta. So avachya, the words which should not be spoken, will be spoken for you, but it will be against you. People will speak for Arjuna, but not in favor of. You understand that far? It will be not in favor, unfavor. Okay? Hare Krishna, next Mataji. It will be very painful. This is what Krishna is telling. So please, don't run away. Get up and fight. In the next shlokas, he will say, Mamanusmara Yudhyacha. Mataji, next slide, please. Krishna will tell Arjuna, you get up, Mamanusmara Yudhyacha. Remember me and fight. This is what he will tell. This is beautiful shloka. Neha Vikramanashosti Pratyavayona Vidyate Swalpamapyasya Dharmasya Rayate Mavato Bhayat. Wonderful shloka, 2.40. Neha Vikramanashosti. In this path of devotion, there is no demolition. There is no decrease. Pratyavayona. Mataji, for the meaning, you can go to the next shloka. Sorry, next slide. Oh, it's not given? Okay. Then I will explain. Neha Vikrama Nashosti. Nasha means what? Destruction. Pratyavayunam Vidyate. In this path of devotion, Swalpam Apyasya. Even if you do 1%, 2%, 3% Punya Karma, devotional service for the pleasure of the Lord, whatever you do, there will be no destruction. Why? Because when the soul enters another body, that means another birth. In that birth, you will take on from where you have left in this birth. Listen very carefully. See, in this material world, even if I am a PhD holder. Yeah, I have done PhD. That degree, Dr. Chitra Subramanian, will be valid only for this birth. In the next birth, my doctorate will not be there. Unless and until I start right from kindergarten. Unless and until I start from my pre-KG, play home. I will not get a degree. Nothing will be of use. Whatever knowledge I accumulate of the material knowledge is going to be of no use. But in the bhakti, even if you all are attending 18 days course once, say for example, I know you all are not like that. You will do second level. But just for example, I am saying, if anybody is unable to continue level 2, and for whatsoever reason, you are not able to gain more spiritual knowledge, it's okay. In your next birth, what will happen? You will start from level 2 of Bhagavadgita. Why? Because you have already learnt level 1 Bhagavadgita. How nice it is. That is what is the shloka. In this path, in this spirituality, in this path of devotion, whatever punya karma. Punya karma means it is not the price activity. In the third chapter, we will learn very well tomorrow. What is punya karma? What is papa karma? But Krishna is telling, in devotion, for my satisfaction, O Arjuna, for the pleasure of my senses, anybody does even little bit, they will take on from that. If you have done 10% of bhakti, you will start from 11th percent in your next birth. That is what is devotion is. You all might have seen, so many small kids. Even in our class, you see, if you all join at 6:30, there are so many Matajis who all are in class 4, 5, 6, 7. They recite the shlokas. How come? I remember when the COVID started, so many Matajis are there. They were very young, 4 or 5 years old at that time. And they learned Bhagavadgita full by heart. How could they do it? Because they have learned in their previous birth. In 6th chapter, wonderfully you will learn how we are able to get it. What is the reason? Now also, so many YouTube video and all you might be seeing. Small kids at the age of 3, at the age of, there is some Amarendra Das Prabhu. He, at the age of 16 onwards, he has been preaching Bhagavatam. He knows almost whole Bhagavatam, 12 cantos, 80,000 shlokas. They all got that Sukriti. So that is what in 6.41 it comes. Atava yoginam eva kule bhavati dhimatam. So if a person after becoming a great yogi, if that soul leaves that body, their next birth will be in a kule bhavati dhimatam. They will be born in a great devotee's house. Okay? So here Krishna is telling Arjuna, only in this bhakti means you surrender to me and do, the war. You don't think you are doing the war for your sake. On my order you are doing. If you listen to my order and if you perform the action for my pleasure, then that pious activities, karma, will be accumulated, and from the next birth, you will take on from there. So in devotion, there is no evolution. Yes, Mataji. So you all know that there's a story, squirrel story, Hanuman brought, just now I said, he brought the Sanjeevani Parvata full. What happened? Actually, why Hanuman is shown here, once Hanuman got a little bit of, pride in him. Because he could cross over the ocean. So the little pride entered. And also he was thinking, he was laughing at the squirrel, which was trying to help Sri Ram in building the bridge. The squirrel used to come, dip in the water itself, and roll on the sand, come and put the sand on the bridge. Again go roll. So Hanuman was laughing at the squirrel, thinking what kind of seva the squirrel is doing. Lord Ram came to know. Then Lord Ram told Hanuman, for your level, you do seva. For squirrel's level, it is doing seva. Seva is seva. Why it is saying? Because seva, sadhu, sangha, bhajana, kriya. That Navavida bhakti. Shraddha, sadhu, sangha, bhajana, kriya, anatta nivarti. So the bhakti starts with Shraddha. That is faith. Then immediately once you have faith, the Lord will definitely give sadhu, sangha. Once sadhu sanga's association you get, you will be able to chant and glorify the Lord. Bhajana kriya. All these things, if you perform in this birth, all will help you in the next birth. Okay, Hare Krishna, yes, Mataji. So we should never have pride in our life. But see, you should not think in bhakti, there's a big seva or there's a small seva. All any seva is seva. Correct? There's no big or small. As it is said, Vikramanashosti, Swalpamapyas. Yeah. Even if you do little bit of seva, that will be counted for next birth. Hare Krishna, the next. Now, this is our Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Because of our Srila Prabhupada, we have ISKCON. In ISKCON, you know, Srila Prabhupada, yesterday I told, at the age of 69, he went to abroad. Why? Because his guru told him to go to Paschatya Desha and spread Krishna consciousness. So he went there, he taught everybody how to do Mangalarti, how to do Vaishnava Dhoti, how to offer Bhoga, how to make prasad. He in fact taught Matajis how to wear saris. Because some of the seva we are supposed to do only in sari. So he even taught that, you know. So in Krishna consciousness, everything. See, a Prabhuji is teaching another Prabhuji how to wear Vaishnava Dhoti. That is again a devotional service. This also will be considered for next birth. Any small act we perform is considered, and from that level we take on the next birth. Hare Krishna Mataji, next one. We do chanting, we do purification on. This is a wonderful shloka. Actually what happens, you know, like there is a proverb in English. Master of, jack of all, master of none. We all try to learn everything, but we don't become an expert in one thing. Master of, jack of all, master of actually none. But Arjuna was not like that. That is why I told, if Arjuna runs away, the entire universe will talk ill about it. Why? Dronacharya, the story all of you know. Dronacharya asked every disciple to see the tree, to tell what is on the tree. Everybody said fruit is there, or they said flower is there, leaves are there, branches are there, everything. Only Krishna told that he could see the eyes of the bird. That means he was focused. So our bhakti should be focused. If the bhakti is not focused, it will be like many branched. If the bhakti, many branched in the sense, if we keep on worshipping all Devi, Devatas, everybody, it is like watering branch, flower, and that fruit, etc. But if we are focused, we will water only the root. Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekaiha kurunandana bahushaka chenantascha buddhayo vyavasayina bahushaka. Bahushaka means many branch. If the bhakti is many branch, our brain will be jumping like a monkey from one branch to another. There are, you know, I myself I am telling you, what I used to do, Friday, I used to worship, what is it? Vaishnavi Mata Vrata something. Now I forgot even. Monday, I used to do Sola Samar Vrata. Thursday, Sai Baba Vrata. So like, it is like watering all the parts of the tree. But we are supposed to worship that Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is like Ekaga Kurunandana. One focus, one pointed worship. So this is again, yes Mataji, next. Vyavasayatmika buddhi. The buddhi should be one pointed, focused, worshipping only the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Prajahati Yada Kaman Sarvan Partha Manogatan Atmanyeva Atmana Tushta Stita Prajnasta Dochyate. The Blessed Lord said, O Partha, when a man gives up all variety of sense desires which arise from mental concoction, and when his mind finds satisfaction in the self alone, he is said to be in pure transcendental consciousness. Self alone. Just now I told who is the self? Who is the self? Who is the I? Who is the me? It's only the soul. So a person who finds satisfaction in the soul. Instead, we think if I have a very hot cup of coffee or tea, I'll enjoy. But that's not permanent, no. I may enjoy at that moment. After some time, my tongue will be asking for, if I get hot gulab jamun, I will be happy. After some time, very hot summer, I think if I get a cup of ice cream, I will be happy. So one example I told for the taste. Similarly, we have 5 senses. Hearing, pop music. If I hear, I will be very happy. Or if I go and watch a movie, that is Shostram Chakshu. Right? So if I watch a movie, I'll be happy. These are all the material concoction, mental concoction. The mind thinks that is a real satisfaction. If that is real, I should be happy with one car. But if I buy, for example, BMW today, I want it. After 1 year,